me out there. You know, I know you ain't got a whole lot to say about. Hey, Lance. I'm running.
Get your big nose back over and sit down,
get
Lance.
that nose out of the way. You go on. You know, first of all, there ain't a whole lot you can say about Billy Robinson, Bobby and Jimmy. But if y'all got anything to say about the jerk, yeah, go ahead.
You know, we got one thing to say about Billy Robinson. Everybody around here knows how tough Billy Robinson is supposed to be, right, Jimmy? He's supposed to be tough, baby. But you're looking at the king of professional wrestling right here. Beautiful Bobby Eaton, the new king. The old king is dead, the new king is alive, and these people around here know it. Tell them, Jimmy.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, man. Lawler, you're finished. I don't even know where the jerk is anymore, but this is the new king.
About him.
Woo!
Yes, sir. You know, that's enough about Billy Robinson because everybody here knows what a jerk he is. Some people think he's tough, but none of us think he's tough. You know, and they've got a pleasure today. You looking at about 3 of the prettiest men you ever seen in your life out there today. Yes, sir.
You know, I do want to say this, folks. There is one thing. I do have one problem with Billy Robinson.
What is that?
You know, I don't know when I'm wrestling him if he's looking at me or the wrestler with him more crooked eyes.
Them tangle eyes. Well, I tell you what, maybe you can just straighten them things out for him. You might straighten them
out. If I lay
out.
this big hammer on him one good time, I guarantee you he can go back to the doctor, and the doctor say, Billy Robinson, your eyes are okay because you're looking straight ahead.
All right, beautiful. Get him, Daddy, get him. Now, see, Lance, now that's the way you do it right there. Oh, is this my... Okay, thank you. Now, Lance, I'm going to let you introduce these guys.
Fine. David, how about the official introduction? It's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Memphis, 190 pounds, Tom Maley on the right of your screen. On the left of your screen, from Huntsville, Alabama, 227 pounds, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry
man.
Calhoun.
I'm coming back.
That give you a hint?
Give me a hint, but I'm still here. Here, let me get Dave. He don't need to be talking no way, Lance. Here.
Bobby Eaton going against Tom Maley in there.
That ain't going to be much of a match, Lance, I don't think. Because beautiful Bobby Eaton is probably one of the toughest
Eaton is the
people.
favorite, certainly, and Tom
Yes,
is
he
a
is.
young fella just getting started. But look at him go behind and take Bobby right off his feet.
Look at the strategy, though, of Eaton. You see that strategy, Lance? He went right to the ropes. That's just being smart. A lot of people say that's the coward's way out. But you and me both know it ain't. Look at that.
Right to the midsection and a big right fist, I might add, in there. And referee Jerry Calhoun again warning him about the use of the fist in there.
Now, there's a wrestler. That Eaton can go, Lance. I've never seen nobody move around that ring like he does because he's sure of himself. You can't go in there and say, well, am I going to do it today or am I not? You got to go in there and do it every time, Lance.
Well, I tell you, you guys were talking about Billy Robinson. Bobby Eaton and Jimmy Hart in particular, who got him signed just before that thing, has got to be the luckiest guy I ever saw in my life.
Yes, sir. He's in his prime today, Jimmy Lance. When Jimmy and me's talking, please try not to butt in.
A champion, Austin Idol, who had Billy Robinson's title in there, hurt himself. He couldn't show up and had to forfeit the title, and that's the way Bobby Eaton got
what it
it.
was, Lance, he didn't have the guts to show up, is what it amounts to. Idol wasn't brave enough. He knew that Eaton would wear him out in the ring.
Bobby Eaton with a wrist lock in there in a hammer position. Now, going for a chokehold, I might
Not
add.
no
The referee,
chokehold.
look at him.
That's
The
a
referee
chin
broke
lock.
it up. What do you think
Well,
he broke it up
Calhoun's a
for?
little prejudiced. He's just like you. He's like you. He likes the Dundees and the Lawlers and all these guys.
Maley, good solid forearm. Again, going after Eaton. Eaton coming in wild.
See that Eaton come right back on him, okay? Well, Eaton looks good today, don't he, Lance?
Yeah, he's sure slugging well today. The referee warning him again about the use of that fist into the rope.
There wasn't nothing illegal about that.
No, it was an upper arm, I'll admit it.
Big leg drop on him.
Up with a leg. I wouldn't say every move he makes is illegal, but
He don't make
uses
any
enough
illegal
of them.
moves.
Oh, yeah. Come on. What do you think? Keep
Just like I
stupid or
said. Well, hey, I didn't ask you you're stupid, Lance. Don't be telling me your problem. You know, but I have to say one thing. You know, when I was here my first time here, you know, I never did really get a chance when I was first starting, you know. And some of these younger guys that are starting, I think they deserve a chance too, Lance.
Certainly, they all have to start somewhere, and they do deserve a chance, but they have to work their way up just like anybody else and just like you did.
Yeah, and I'm there right on top. The hottest
right
box
on
office
top.
attraction in the
Hottest
country.
box office attraction in the world. I think people get a little tired of hearing that sometimes. Huh?
No, I don't, Lance, because I got a lot of calls.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I got word that a couple of women had heart attacks out on the TV. They was watching me sing that pretty hair and how pretty that pretty smile and stuff, and they had a couple of heart attacks out in the TV audience.
Bobby.
Get him, Bobby. Get him, Daddy.
Reverse face lock as he chin locks Mealy hanging in there.
He's just playing with him now, Lance. He's just playing
Is that
with
what it is?
him. Yeah, that's where he went. He made it that far.
Yeah, really having a big joke. Jimmy Hart sitting in
The only
ringside.
joke out here is you, Lance. That's the only joke. Just like I said, man, you've been around about a day longer in dirt, Lance. This time we put some class out here. That's the reason I'm sitting here today.
Uh-huh. Bobby Eaton, Tom Mealy, second bout on our championship wrestling in there, and Eaton obviously
Working
a
on him,
favorite
Eddie,
in this. 3.5 minutes having passed in this bout. The 1 fall, 15 minutes, 3.5 minutes gone. Eaton goes back to the corner with Mealy out. Oh, he butchered him with a big elbow, boy.
Somebody better throw the towel in for that boy, Lance. He can't stand much more.
Eaton grabs the hair to pick him up. And there's that big lower leg. He drops down with a knee, Bobby Eaton.
Look here, see now, the goodness of his heart, he's giving him another chance.
Yeah,
He's giving the punk a chance.
He's got him. Why doesn't he go ahead and pin him? There's no point in
Hey,
punishing
it's just
him.
like I said, some of these guys need a chance. He's trying to give the guy a chance. Can you imagine the name he'd make for
Break
himself
his
if he
ribs
beat
and
beautiful
everything
Bobby?
else. Eaton picks him up. Power slams him right down into the mat. Bobby back over in the corner. Jumps up on the ropes. Now, there's no need for that. Fires off there with the right hand, and the referee
Look at that.
says
Look.
1, 2, 3.
That's it, Daddy. That's it.
Okay. So, David, I don't know what the official time was on it. I don't even...
Didn't matter. He could have beat him in 30 seconds. 5:01. So he played with him for 4 minutes is what it amounts to, Dave Brown.
Beautiful Bobby Eaton comes out the victor over Tom Mealy, and no surprise as Mealy gave him.
That's it. That's what I've been trying to tell him, beautiful.
Good idea. Hey, why don't you go with your manager and Bobby
Hey, Lance.
out there?
Hey, just like I told you, the people want to see some class out here again today, so I'm going to sit out here the
Let's
whole
take another
show.
break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're going to be back in the ring here. We will see Tommy Rich if we can ever unglue him from this
wait a
chair
minute,
right
man.
in here. But
Man,
before
we
we
got
do
an
that,
interview coming up. Hey,
That's
just
right.
like I said, I'm doing all the interviews today. I'm going to show you how to do it, just like I done told you.
oh, you want to? Hey,
Yeah,
as a
I'm
matter of
gonna
fact,
do
Tommy,
this
I'm kind
interview,
of
man.
glad that you did
Well,
because
yeah.
you know sometimes it gets difficult to keep doing.
I
these
know,
interviews
because
and
you
ask
ain't
the
very
right
smart,
questions and
Lance.
talk
I
to
know.
them and all that sort of thing. So how about you handling this interview coming up just before you go in the ring? Yeah, here, go right ahead, Tommy. Here,
Wait a minute. My match
You wanna
is
do
next.
some interviews?
My match is next. I got to wrestle. I got to get ready for
Hey,
my match.
you're doing all the interviews today. All of a sudden, he decided he didn't want to do an interview.
Well, that's, I guess all the classes left, all the low class just left. Now, you know, let me fill in a couple of little things here. Billy Robinson's an Englishman. Tony Child's a Welshman. And I'm a Scotsman. So we're all from the same little neck of the woods. Now, Bob Eaton, I've got to tell you something. Now, listen and listen good, punk. Billy Robinson lost the belt because he hurt the cartridge in his knee.
That's right.
Now, you don't beat Billy Robinson. Billy Robinson makes a mistake and you win. I know, because I done it. Now, Lance Russell, let me tell you something. Bob Eaton and Jimmy Hart, you listen and listen good. Billy Robinson told me he was embarrassed to lose to Austin Idol. Now, you're a paper champion there, King, because Monday night, Billy Robinson's taking that belt back, and I'm going to bet, if I can get somebody to bet on you, I'm going to cover the bet, because you can't beat him, brother. You couldn't even lace up these boots.
Go away, Jake. I'll tell you what, Lance, Tommy Rich and Bobby Eaton got a lot of mouth. They remind me of a largemouth bass. Anyway, what I'd like to say in Billy's case is this. I've known Billy for a long time. I'm not taking away nothing from Bobby Eaton. He's a tough professional. But, Bobby Eaton, make no mistake. Make no mistake. Billy Robinson is one of the finest wrestlers the world has ever seen. I know it. I've traveled with him. I've been everywhere with the guy. And he's the greatest component of wrestling you'll ever find anywhere in the world. So make no mistake, Bobby Eaton. Your time is coming, and you're going to get a good old-fashioned wrestling lesson.
I'd just like to say that Tony Charles and the Superstars will never join.
Okay, Billy Dundee and Tony Charles. Now, well, where were we, Dave, before we were so rudely interrupted for the second week in a row? Okay, let's have the introduction.
This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match at 197 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. On the right of your screen there, David Price.